Hey there! I am Chaz Engelkes, and I'm your child's 7th grade literacy English teacher. And today I'd like to discuss with you Infinite Campus and some of my grading practices. Um, First, additionally, you'll see that I'm attaching a document that goes much more in depth than anything I'm going to tell you right now. I just want to primarily give you a little bit of an intro. So one of the things you'll see in the gradebook is completion. This is actually a small percentage of your child's grade, but right now, for quarter one, it's the only part that affects their grade. So I believe it's really important that students get their work done. And so I have very few assignments that I have graded in terms of that. Mainly those are all class projects that we've worked on. But additionally, we have a bunch of independent assignments that students are working on all the time. So the completion assignments that you see in Classroom are in in Infinite Campus are big all group projects that we've done. You notice I said Google Classroom. It's also a way you can check anything that your child's doing. I've been using it this whole year. Please check Google Classroom to just keep up to date on what's going on in here as well. That was an accident, but I'm okay with it. So you'll see the completion points in there. You'll also see a category called formative assessment. For that category, you'll see quite a few standards. So I use standards-based grading. And with the standards-based grading, there's the Common Core, and out of all the standards in the core, there are 7 that the English teachers here decided that we're going to focus on and that we think is essential for all 7th graders to learn and know and be proficient at by the end of the year. So that's my goal. My goal is by the end of this year that your child will be proficient with these 7 standards. I have them listed in that document there for you to read. There's more than that I focus on, a lot more than just those standards. But my grade book should also reflect your child's understanding and knowledge, like in relation to that standard and how well they're doing. So that's why I have the formative data there. You see, it doesn't affect their grade. So this tells you right now where they're at with that standard and how, if they need to improve or not. If they need to improve, I work with them in small independent groups and or even individually in order to help them become better. And I want them to reach a level of proficiency, which is a B+. It's, I believe, 8.75 points out of 10. So that's one way those numbers communicate to you and what those numbers mean for each of those standards. So they can practice again and again and again until they're proficient, which is fantastic. And then you'll also see summative. And for summative, once a student has shown to me that they can be proficient, I want kind of a stamp of approval. I want to say, hey, you're doing the work, you're doing it well, boom, you're an expert or you're proficient at this right now, and we can dig deeper with it. And let's find other ways to challenge you. And that might be going deeper with that same standard or switching to another standard as well. And so majority of their time isn't focused on something that they already know about. So that's also what you'll see for that summative. So quarter one, you didn't see anything for summative. Quarter two, you will. All of those formative pieces will become summative this quarter, in addition to more will also be added. So the summative should reflect their current mastery of that standard. Now, those aren't final. They can typically I think of summative as final, but say a student's performing at proficient. If they want to work on it still, I'm okay with that. If they want to become an expert at it, I'm definitely okay, and I will work with your child to do that, to bring them to that expert level in relation to that standard. So hopefully that clears up a few things about my gradebook, about the percentages. You'll note for the second quarter that there's 35% of it's for reading summative and 35% of it's for writing summative. So we will have a research paper at the end of this quarter as well. And so there's going to be a lot more standards in relation to research as well to writing that you can anticipate seeing in there. Okay, if you have any questions, email me, please, chaz.engelkes@ames.k12.ia.us. Yeah, so again, this has been great. I look forward to seeing you at parent-teacher conferences if you're going to be there. And if not, just seeing you around in the community. Okay, thanks for letting me teach your kid. I love it. Okay.